Hey, what's up? It's Alan here with Damn Good Reviews, and today we're checking out Aurora HDR 2018. It's a photo processing software for HDR or high dynamic range photography. It has a lot of really cool features. We're checking out the PC version. That's the one that we demoed. There is a Mac version out as well, and this is put out by the company called Macphun, but they're changing their name to I believe it's Skylum Software. And this software, this HDR software, was produced with Trey Ratcliffe, which is he's supposedly a really well-known HDR photographer, and some new features that have been built into this. Supposedly, there's been a 200% speed increase. Again, it's available for Mac OS and Windows. It has a couple image editing features like dodging and burn tools, and there's some new algorithms that help really with the speed again and performance, and you get a history like almost working with Photoshop, so you can go back and if you can always kill some changes that you made. So what I will say about using this software, it is really good. It is really fast compared to some of the other ones that I've tested out, from being the ones that I've tested in previous reviews. I haven't tested the newer version of those, so there's no comparison there, but it is very fast processing photos. I've tried photos, everything from what you see on screen here with this, which is a 3-shot HDR bracketed shot. For something like this, I've also done some landscape shots, and they've all processed really cool. So some of the features here, you can link up your Macphun account and you can download some additional presets, which is pretty cool, or purchase other ones. So here's, you can reset all your filters, you can add new adjustment layers and new image layers, and that's where the masking brush, the gradient brush, and radial mask, crop, that's kind of where all that comes into play. So these are kind of cool to have those features. So Macphun or Skylum, they make it really good online tutorials on their website. Tons and tons of tutorials. I wasn't too sure how to get the gradient mask to work right, and I watched a tutorial. Very in-depth, really great. I will say that they do have tons and tons of presets, which is also nice. Some of the other software that I've used in the past only had a few different presets, but they have tons here that make it easy to pick, kind of what the project is you're working on. So I can go ahead, let me just show you one here from Trey. So he offers these presets right here. So let's just click it, and you got the image processing. Cool, that was really quick there. Try that. And then you can save, of course, user presets, download your own. So let's just check something else out here. Let's try a realistic preset. We got vivid memories. And then you can always go in here and, adjust the detail amount. So you got all those presets, and I know a lot of softwares offer them, but I do really like having all these right at hand. There's really tons of them. And I saw some Halloween presets too. I didn't check them out. So another cool feature that they have, you can obviously zoom in, zoom out on the photo. So that's your image beforehand, and that's processed. Or you can click this here, and we can see what the processing has done and what it looks like before and after. I love that. I love having that option. We have our back, and then you can see your history here. If we want to kill something, we can do that. And our crop feature. One big issue at the time of this release, when we're putting this video out, is that on the PC version, they are still missing some really major features, including batch importing. So if I'm shooting photography that includes maybe a real estate shoot where I have 30 different images, that are all bracketed, so I'm looking at almost 90 images that need to be processed, there's no batch. They're saying that we're looking maybe Q1 of 2018 where the PC will get that feature, but that's a major downfall to this, at least on the PC. Mac, they have it available, but that's my biggest complaint so far. So if you're looking just to process single HDR shots, fine, but if not, wait till the new updated version comes out. So we have the presets, like I mentioned. Let me just show you real quick some of the layer options. We have a new adjustment. So if I add a new adjustment layer, let me see if it did that. Yep. So I can go here. If I want to do something, maybe we can do something. I just want to make it a little darker or different color. Go to that masking brush. So I can actually go in here and actually set the different mask levels and kind of work with it. It's kind of hard to see how it's actually working. Let's see if I can change the color a little. Yeah, I guess the variation is not really enough to do that. But it is kind of cool, so you can actually start, working with two different images there and kind of start blending them. You have your paint options, and there's an erase option, and then you can set your brush sizes, a lot like you would do in Photoshop, as well as softness, opacity, size, all that fun stuff. And then go back here. We also have the radial masks, so we can do that, and that's going to make a mask on that adjustment layer. I mean, pretty cool. I would use it a little bit. Might end up doing more processing in Lightroom or Photoshop, but just to give you a general idea, that option is there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just show you some of the filters and features that it has included in the software. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna process another photo here just to give you an idea. Here's a cool one that I did. Shot of a banged up plane, I guess. So you have your alignment features. It tells you what it was shot at. Again, this is bracketed for 3. And then you can do ghost reduction, chromatic aberration, removal, all that fun stuff. Create HDR. So there it is, process. Yeah, that plane doesn't look too good. I don't think I'd be getting on that anytime soon. But let's go ahead, process that. I actually like this one here. That's kind of cool looking. So you'll see when I select that, again, I can do the amount, or I can go in here and we have tons of features. So we have our basic features, everything from temperature, exposure, smart tones, all that fun stuff. We can also transform this a little bit if we need to. For any reason that something might be kind of crazy, you have that option. That's a cool feature to have. We also have some lens correction features here if you need to work with that, which actually works really cool in real estate. If you have some lines that don't really look correct, you can really use some of these things and it makes it nice. And you can do de-vignette, reset all. And then let's just come back here real quick. We can turn things on and off, color, a lot of really cool features. These things work extremely fast. And then we have our structure mount. So if we want to do things like that, let's pump this back on here. You can see how quick that is responding. We have whites, blacks, we can do that. Color, HDR structure. We can denoise it if we need to. Radiance. So again, these things work so quickly. I'm like kind of blown away. I've had some other software that I click it and it like processes forever. It's ridiculous. You do our detail boost. You can work with all this stuff. So you really have the option to fine tune so much of this stuff. It's really, really great. And then you can always take this afterwards and drop it into Photoshop or Lightroom and do some more stuff. So here we have some top and bottom tuning. Things like that. You can adjust the contrast, orientation, and then of course this is, again, that's for top and bottom, so that's just reducing it there, maybe bringing more focus to the item in the middle of it. You can use tone curves a lot like what they have in Photoshop. You can work with curves, the different colors you can enable if you need to do that. Pretty cool. Use saturation and luminance. You have all those features. Color toning, dodge and burn. That's kind of what well, that was a mask, but you can use that there if you want to dodge and burn it. And then it takes a little time to process, but you can set your imaging. A lot of that you want to do on that adjustment layer, or you may want to do on an adjustment layer when masking. So you have that, and then you have the vignette over here, and you can do amount. See how much we can bring it in. And really, really cool if you want to feather it more. So really, tons and tons of features. I love this program, but the only major thing I'm waiting for is the batch option. Without the batch option, I really can't use it unless I'm processing single HDR photos, which I'm really not doing too much. That's my only downfall. Great presets, great tutorials, easy to use, tons and tons of filters and options to really get that image or combine images looking perfect. And then we do have our export option here. Probably should click done. And then we can export to image, or we can share it right to Facebook, Twitter, or to email. So again, this is Aurora HDR by Macphun, who's actually becoming Skylum software, but really great. If you can check out a demo, recommend doing it. If you're doing HDR and you're doing batch processing, just watch their stuff, check out the demo if you want, but really wait until that batch option comes available, and you're gonna love it. It's really a great program overall. Enjoy it. There are probably a few little things here and there that I would like to see added to this, such as, like a close project. I know you can just open new ones, but I kind of like to see it close out completely. And we have our export options here. The close option is probably one of the only ones that I'm missing right now. And there is a way to, there is a Photoshop option. So if you install it, you can use it in Photoshop as well. So there you have it. That's Aurora HDR 2018 for PC. Great program. Go check it out. I'm Alan from Damn Good Reviews. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you right here.